Hi, my name is Georgi, and in this video let's take a look into the data and the reasons to figure out where are the real estate prices going to go. Are they going to go up, remain the same, or what is the future? So the first thing is the inflation. At the moment we have inflation which is caused by the supply chain disruptions. So all those things we are using in Europe, like cars, computers, whatever you name it, it was produced in Asia. But during the COVID, there were different kind of problems. Factories not working, problems with the shipping, later with the containers, and these kind of issues also in the ports gave the opportunity for the local companies to increase the prices and take market share. But this inflation is not going to remain forever. But after the supply chain problems are solved, those Asian companies will want to take their share back, market share back. So they will lower the prices and the inflation will flatten out in this sense. And also, even for example, if some people had the money or the time and wanted to buy some of the durable goods little bit earlier because of the pandemic, so they already bought the computer during the COVID, so they can work remotely, and they are not going to buy another computer later. So this demand was brought from the future to the instant at the moment. That's why the price is spiked. So in the future the inflation will flatten out. So but let's get to the inflation a little bit later. Another important thing for the real estate market is the population. Who is doing the buying usually, and what is the reason? So let's go to the population figures. In Estonia there are in downward trend, so the population is declining, and at the moment, I'll show you here the chart. You see that until 2021 it has been stable, mainly due to immigration, but it will be in a much sharper decline in the future. And also very interesting chart I found that those born in 2000 and 2001 are almost 2 times less than those born in 1989. So there will be much less buyers in the future. So at the moment, most of this generation which was born up until 1989, they are at the moment buyers for the apartments, houses to live in. So but in the future, you see in that chart there will be 2 times less people, and at the moment 90% of the transactions were made by local people, so there are not many speculators in Estonia. And I will show you one more chart to see where the population lives in Estonia, and you see that it's mainly in the bigger 3 biggest cities: Tallinn, Pärnu and Tartu. Tallinn and Harjumaa are like a lot of the economic activity and a lot of the population is concentrated in the cities. So I expect that because there is still movement of the population from the smaller places to the bigger cities, because there are more opportunities there. So there the prices will be more stable, I think. And when the inflation flattens out, this will bring also more properties to the market, because at the moment, because of the high inflation, though some owners are hesitant to sell their property. So actually the supply of the properties on sale has also declined. I'll show you these charts too, so you can see. And everybody has heard at the moment about this Chinese Evergrande collapse. This the biggest or the second biggest real estate developer in China. So how is this going to affect the real estate market? There was most of the investors were Chinese, as I understand, but also some hedge funds had also loaned them money, and most likely they will not be that eager to invest anymore in developing markets. So maybe some of the money will be pulled out from like real estate markets in Turkey, in China, and other developing markets, and they might be diverted to Europe. So that might bring a little bit of upward pressure to the real estate market, if it happens. I'm not that sure. Also, specifics in Estonia, that there is no eviction moratorium in Estonia, so this is not going to influence anything. A lot of the dwellings in Estonia are still quite old. Only 18% of the dwellings in Tallinn and Harjumaa are built after 2021. So the demand for new apartments may still be high, although some older apartments, they are also being renovated. This is also a good question, how it is going to affect. So maybe the demand for the newer properties will exceed the demand for older ones. About the debt of Estonia, it is very low. It is 18.4% of GDP, and another particularity is that Estonia does not print its own money, so it is in the stable European zone. Also, imports and exports are more or less equal. There was like in 2020, the first quarter was exports was 1.49 million or billion, and imports were 1.6 billion. So another interesting thing which might influence also the real estate prices is that a lot of people are employed, more and more people are employed in the IT and telecommunication sector, and it has shown big growth. For example, 6% increase in employment in IT and telecommunication sector in Estonia in 2021 compared to last year. So even in COVID times, IT and telecommunication sector in Estonia is going strong. We have a lot of unicorns, IT companies. Everybody knows Skype, but now we have TransferWise, Pipedrive, and others. So this might also drive the prices or increase the demand for like a high quality prices, because high quality properties to rent and maybe to buy, because if you're IT millionaire, then you want really to have a nice apartment or a nice house. So to wrap it up, it's a bit unclear in which direction it's going to go, but after the inflation levels out, my suggestion is that the prices will stop increasing, and the supply of properties to the market will get back to normal, and maybe there will be a correction of real estate prices in Estonia. So hope this video was useful for you and gave you some insight of what factors can influence the real estate market in Estonia particularly. And like, subscribe, and be awesome, and see you in the next video.